Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's topic is sexual reproduction in flowering plant. Let's start our chapter. Are we not lucky that the plants reproduce sexually? The myriads of flowers that we are enjoying gazing at, the scents and the perfume that we swoon over, the rich colors that attract us, are all there as an aid to sexual reproduction. Okay, what are the aid of sexual reproduction? The myriads of flower that we are gazing at, the scents, the perfume, the rich color. Okay, that is the aids to sexual reproduction. Flower do not exist only for us to be used for our own selfishness. All flowering plants show just a minute. Okay, all flowering plants show sexual reproduction. All here the flowering plants shows sexual reproduction. So what is flowering plants? We need to know that plants are also known as the angiosperm. Angiosperms. So a look at the diversity of the structure of the inflorescence, the flowers and floral plants shows an amazing range of adaptation to ensure information at the end of the product of sexual reproduction. So what is the end product of the sexual reproduction? The fruits and the seeds. Okay. The end products of sexual reproduction, the fruits and the seeds. In this chapter, let us understand the morphology, structure, and the process of sexual reproduction in flowering plants. This is the introduction part. So let's read that. Human beings have had an intimate relationship with flowers since time immemorial. Flowers are the object of aesthetic, ornamental, social, religious, and cultural values. They have always been used as symbols for conveying important human feelings such as love, affection, happiness, grief, mourning, etc. Okay, this is not as much important as you think. Okay, so let's skip to the important part. This is the thing you need to remember. Okay. You need to remember the all the floral parts because it's sometimes asked in the exam. To in NEET, it's asked for just labeling the diagram. In class 12th, you need to draw this for 2 to 3 marks. So it is important diagram. Mentioned I will mention here as important. Okay, so let's proceed to the pre-fertilization structures and event. Okay, much before the actual flower is seen on a plant, the decision that the plant is going to flower has taken place. Several hormonal and structural changes are initiated, which led to the differentiation and further development of the flower primordium. That several hormone and structural change are initiated, which led to the differentiation of further development of the primordium. Now you might be thinking that what is flower primordium? Flower party, the earliest stage before the flower blooms. Let's proceed to the next line that the inflorescences are formed which bear the floral buds and then the flowers. In the flower, the male and female reproductive structure, androecium and gynoecium, differentiate and develop. In the flower, the male and the female reproductive structure, androecium and gynoecium, differentiate and develop. Okay, here we need to know that what is the male part and what is the female part. Okay, male are androecium and female are always gynoecium. Okay. So you would recollect that the androecium consists of a whole of stamens, representing the male reproductive organ, and the gynoecium represent, okay, the androecium consists of a whole of stamen representing the male productive organ, and the gynoecium the female productive organ. Okay, now what androecium consists of? Androecium consists of stamen plus an anther. In the next slide, we will know what we called as the stamen and what is the anther. Okay, then the gynoecium part consists of several things like ovary plus style plus stigma. Okay, this you need to know. You need to understand. You should never forget this because this is the basic of this chapter. Okay, then stamen, microsporangium, and the pollen grain. Okay, as it is a stamen, we are reading about the androecium part. Okay, this is the androecium part. We will now learn about the stamen, microsporangium, and the pollen grain. Okay, so figure 1.2a shows two parts of a typical stamen. Okay, this is all about a androecium. Okay, the stamen, the long and slender stalk called the filament. The long and slender stalk is called, and the terminal, generally bilobed structure. Terminal and the bilobed structure are called the anther. Long part is known as the filament, and this part is called the anther. Okay, this is the close, or we can say that the zoomed view of the anther. Zoom view of anther. Okay, so let us know that what is written in the text. The terminal, yes, it is at the terminal position. Yeah, as you can see that this is the terminal position, the terminal, and generally bilobed. Okay, so this is a bilobed structure. See, one, this is a one, and here is a two, second one. Okay, these are the two bilobe structure, and at the proximal end of the filament. Okay, this is the filament. So at the proximal end, this end is attached to the thalamus or the petal of the flower. Okay, so directly we can skip these parts as it is not that much important for us. Like we can leave this part, but we can only understand from this that the filament length is not constant in every plant. Okay, it varies its length and its shape. So let's go to the next para. It is here written that the typical angiosperm anther is bilobed. Typical angiosperm anther is bilobed, with each lobe having two theca, and they are called dithecous. Okay, often a longitudinal groove runs lengthwise, separating the theca. Okay, this is the longitudinal groups also run lengthwise, separating the theca. We will understand this with the help of the diagram. See, here these are the bilobe structure. It is one lobe and this is the other lobe, as we knew from the first paragraph of this page. And zooming this theca, this is again divided into two lobes. So this is the first one and this is the second one. Similarly, if one lobe containing two theca, then there are two lobes containing one, two, three, and four thecus. That's why it is known as bilobed and having two thecus, that is dithecus. Here we will know that dithecus is also known as tetrasporangiate or four-sided, tetragonal. Okay, here we that the anther is a four-sided structure consisting of four microsporangia located at the corner in two in each lobe. Then moving on to the next paragraph. Okay, the microsporangia develop further to become a pollen sacs. They extend longitudinally all through the length of an anther and are packed within the pollen grains.